All right, in my playbook tonight, controversy over the Bowl Championship Series. Senator Orrin Hatch of Utah held a hearing Tuesday into whether the Bowl Championship Series violates antitrust laws. After the hearing, Hatch said he thinks the Justice Department should be looking at the BCS. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want a government bureaucrat in between me and my favorite college football team when they've had a great year and they're going to a big bowl game. Is it all about making sure we know who a championship is? I'll go back to the old days. Woody Hayes, former Ohio State coach, he used to say, I like to have a lot of winners. I like to have a lot of bowl games that mean a lot. Well, he said, sounded something like that. Joining me now is MSNBC host and football enthusiast and my friend Carlos Watson. He also hosts the 11 o'clock hour here on MSNBC, which I encourage you to watch, not only because I watch it every day and like it, because he knows what he's talking about. Don't put a government bureaucrat between me and my college football team.
All right, I'm going to agree with you, but I'm going to stand up for Orrin Hatch for a minute. Are you ready for this?
Is this all he can do?
Hey, look. Orrin Hatch is saying there aren't really 47 million uninsured people. He's saying the credit card defaults aren't going crazy. He said that 10 million people are on the brink of having their homes foreclosed on, and therefore, this is what's important. That's what he's trying to say.
All right, a serious side of this. Yeah. Is this going to happen? Are we going to have a playoff series, and it's going to take an act of Congress to do this?
I think we will have a playoff series. We won't have it for 4 or 5 years. I mean, here's what Orrin Hatch is saying. He says that he's from Utah. They were undefeated. They didn't get to go into the series. That's the issue. Because remember, his team ended up second. Yeah. Florida, which had lost 1 game, got into the championship series against Oklahoma, who had also lost. And guess what? Orrin Hatch is saying, you guys aren't playing fair. You're not letting me in the sandbox. You guys are arrogant.
That is so homey.
It is.
It's just so. But listen, he's a sore loser.
He's a sore loser.
A lot of it going around in that party, but go ahead.
But you know what? Here's the reality. And by the way, you had another guy from Texas crying. Joe Barton held hearings last fall, too, because guess who didn't get into the BCS championship? His University of Texas Longhorns, who had a loss. But here's where they're right. Here's the one thing I'll say. There should be a playoff. College basketball, nothing's more fun than March Madness in the playoff.
There is a playoff. There's the BCS, there's a computer formula, the schedule, and all this.
Come on.
Here's the big deal, though. Isn't it just the major college conferences? It's all for the big guys, and they don't want the little guys in there.
That is, but remember, even some of the big guys get the short end of the stick, right? Texas got the short end of the stick this year. You remember all those crazy games they played, including against Texas Tech, Michael Crabtree doing special things. Here's what I say. President Barack Obama's come out and said we need a playoff. I say, let's get Ed Schultz and Carlos Watson on Capitol Hill. Say,
I can do the play-by-play. I guarantee you I can do the play-by-play.
For 17 years, people forget that you were sports director.
I'm not that close to it now, but I am surprised that the academic institutions of America can't have presidents get together and do what's best for college football. They got to go to Congress?
I'll tell you the little secret here. Here's the dirty little secret. BCS has only been around for 10 years, in which they use 2 polls and a computer ranking, 6 computer rankings to determine who gets to play for the championship. But before that, you remember, it was random. Yeah. I mean, you often didn't get the number 1, number 2 team playing.
All right, what do you got coming up in your show tomorrow?